Morning. Well, I guess it's finally time to start the year off. And boy, do I have an obscure game for you. Which is strange considering this series it's attached to. As you probably guessed in the title, this is a Ghosts and Goblins game. Or Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever you want to call it. Makaimura for Wonderswan. Yes, and just rolls off the tongue really. I'm going to be referring this to either Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts. Officially it should be Ghosts and Goblins, but I'm more used to saying Ghouls and Ghosts because that's the game I owned as a kid. It is a Ghouls and Ghosts game, therefore it is somewhat playable, challenging to the nth degree, and to be fair and dandy for a let's play. But there is one minor problem with that. The music. The music is ear-piercingly awful. Just take a listen. My, they don't quite make music like that anymore. Well, since I don't want to be the cause of people's eardrums bursting trying to escape from the horridness, I've decided to go ahead and replace the soundtrack. The goal of the soundtrack is overall to sound like it should come from a Ghouls and Ghosts game and to sound retro. I didn't sequence any of this music, I have taken it from various sources across the net, and these people will get credits in due time. Anyway, enough babbling, let's play. Anyway, let's start. Makaimura for Wonderswan. Or, in other words, Ghosts and Goblins for Wonderswan. This is what I'm going to call it from now on. Let's go. Stage 1. The graveyard. Funnily enough, from the Ghosts Goblins arcade game. Well, a rough approximation, same enemy types. The only difference is the zombies sometimes do their weird floating repeatedly. They're doing Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and that was a silly place to get hit. I'm going to try not to show an example right away, but the hit detection is somewhat off. This game. Example, if an enemy is just below you, you will take damage. And etc. And that was silly. That was also apparently not the checkpoint. Yep, there's a zombie doing a floaty dealy. And I've now missed my opportunity to run past these guys. That's clever of me. This can be quite unfair sometimes, because sometimes I have had once, in this particular version of Ghouls and Ghosts, I've once had the zombies only spawn the floating ones, and at that point I didn't actually know you could just run past them, so there. If I was standing then that would have hit me. That is how off the hit detection can be. Let's try not dying again. Really shouldn't have died to that thing. Hey, nice wolf placement, I can't shoot it. What am I going to do? Well, yeah, dying to it's like in the Super Ghouls. You will notice this game is an odd mix of all three retro Ghouls and Ghosts games. Taking elements from each. Enemies and, well, as I said, from each game. The bosses, however, are original. And speaking of bosses, time to face this thing. Whatever it is, I'm going to assume it's clever. I'm going to assume it's supposed to be Frankenstein's monster? Maybe? Or maybe it's just a troll? Wow, my aim is terrible. There it is, it's gone. Out of here. First level's not too bad. Second level's a little bit harder, as you're about to see.